I'm a Bermudian and would love to own a home here, but I do not have the cash for a down payment. Has anyone ever heard of any alternative methods?
Yes! Just buy a cheaper house. Look at this listing, for example. $225,000 for a beautiful one-bedroom apartment in the middle of the city. Currently being utilized as a storage facility, this cottage begs for a little love to reach its full potential. Wait, what the? It's a shed. It's a shed. What's up, guys? So I purchased my first property, my piece of the rock. And it's funny because if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, you know that Bermuda is super expensive. So it was never in my plan to buy property in Bermuda. I was saving money, I was getting ready to purchase something, but I always figured it would be somewhere else because I don't think my future is in Bermuda. And for what you could get for the price, I just felt like buying property in Bermuda wasn't worth it. But I came across a place, the price was right, the location was right. I said, you know what? I may not have a better chance to buy a property in Bermuda, so I'm just gonna go for it. Got the financing, put the money down, everything's done. I moved in, a couple months ago, been putting everything together, doing some home improvements, and I gotta say, I think it was a good decision. So I thought you guys might be interested to know what the process is like for buying property in Bermuda. So that's what I'm gonna go over with you today. So I'm out here in the parking area, which is unusually big, especially for Bermuda, because as anybody in Bermuda knows, it's really difficult to get decent parking. But anyway, so that's the building behind me. So I bought a unit in there, and for some history, it used to be called, or it used to be known as Clearview Guest House and Suite. So it's actually a hotel, and the owners sold it a few years ago. It's been renovated, it's been leased out, and now they've sold all the units off piecemeal. So I saw the opportunity. I thought it was a good deal because I was looking for something that wasn't too expensive, not too big, and was mostly self-sufficient. So the unit I purchased checked all the right boxes. This parking lot has an area for bikes, plenty of car space, which is a little odd because the building only has 11 units, and it even has, let me show you, outlets for electric vehicles. So they future-proofed it. Then we got a garbage area. Don't have to leave the garbage on the streets. That's also a good one that a lot of Bermudian houses struggle with these days. Alright, now let's go down to the pool area so I can talk about financing. Oop. Now, laundry area, I don't have the key right now, so I'll just have to take it from the outside. Can't beat the view, North Shore. I was gonna do this outside, but the lighting's no good, so I'm gonna take this back inside. So I'm here in my kitchen right now so that we can talk financing. So in total, once you count in all the lawyer fees, closing costs, stamp duty and everything, this place cost me just north of $300,000. And that was financed with about 70% from the bank. They only required 20%, but I put down 30% so that I could get my mortgage a little lower. The other thing to note before I actually show you what $300,000 gets you in Bermuda is that our real estate market it's not comparable to, you know, places like Texas and all that, where you can get a literal mansion for $200,000-$300,000. In Bermuda, we're more like a New York real estate market where $300,000 isn't really going to get you much. That said, I think I got a good deal on this place. It's technically a studio, but it's very large. It's over 1,100 square feet, has a patio, has a full kitchen, has all of that. And like I said earlier, the reason this was attractive to me was that it wasn't super expensive, or at least, you know, not in Bermuda standards. And it's very self-sufficient. Like the condo fees, it's a condominium, but the fees are really low. It has all the amenities you would expect, and it's in a great area, great views, has a pool, all of that, which is going to make it easier for me, hopefully, to rent out once I'm finished with this place and I'm ready to move on. So the other thing to note is that, you know, while there's a big real estate boom going on in other countries, like in the States and Canada, mostly driven by cheap money. You know, you can go to a bank out there and get a mortgage pretty easily with a low interest rate. I think some of my friends were telling me that they got theirs about 2 or 3%. Correct me if I'm wrong, Travis. Tell me what you guys got in DC. But here in Bermuda, an interest rate here is, you know, it's more like 6.5 is typically what they'll give you. I got 6.25 on this place. So because I increased my down payment a bit, my mortgage ends up being about $1,400 a month, which is less than I was paying for rent at my last place. I had a studio in Hamilton where I was paying $1,700 a month for rent. And it was about a quarter of the size of this place. So, you know, it's definitely an upgrade for me, and it's definitely, and I think it was, in my opinion, it was a really good deal, which is the only reason I got it. I had no intentions of buying property here, just because it's so expensive, but because this place hit all my checkpoints and was reasonably priced, I did it. And it's also it's a really well built building, and they did some renovations here. They did a good job. I had to go out and get my own furniture and stuff. Well, they left some of their furniture here, but I was not interested in any of it, so I replaced it, which was its own struggle. But just to finish up the financing conversation, our housing market is not booming again because investing in property here is so expensive. You know, the interest rates are high. Your down payment, if you're going to borrow, it's going to be significant. So this is a $300,000 place. I think I put down about $100,000 in cash when it was all said and done. And I mean, you want more than that, right? Because you're also going to have to think about future costs. You're going to have to think about any renovations you want to do, any repairs. So you're going to want more money than that. So, you know, you can't go to the bank with $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 and thinking that you're going to get a house. And then keep in mind, most properties in Bermuda are way more expensive than this. I think the average house is somewhere close to $1 million. So you think about that. And that's why people struggle to buy houses in Bermuda. But anyway, I'll probably take some shots of the property to run through this video as I'm talking to you guys. But my house just isn't very clean right now. And there's still a few things I want to do, which leads to my next topic, right? Which is the furniture, appliances, all of that. I actually want to replace all the appliances in here, which is what I'm going to try to do next year. It's just really difficult right now because of COVID. This is, if you're watching this in the future, hopefully things are better. But as of press time, we're in the midst of this Omicron variant and things are looking pretty bleak again. And it takes, at least, people are quoting 4 to 6 months for you to bring anything in. So you got two choices in Bermuda right now. Either you're going to get price gouged with companies that have product on the island, which isn't much. People are still buying it, so they're selling out like crazy. And your second option is to try to bring something in. And for these bigger appliances, like furniture or fridges and stuff like that, it's going to take you several months to get it here right now because shipping is just crazy. So with those two choices when, buying bigger products or bigger appliances and furniture and whatnot, I went with the first option, at least for my furniture. I went down to Furniture Walk because they have a big warehouse and they had product on island. And I picked out a few pieces and they were super expensive. I think I paid over $5,000 for the set, which probably cost about $2,000 in the States. But what can you do, right? That's island life, like I keep telling you guys. But when I replace my kitchen appliances, I'm going to bring those in myself. That'll be a lot cheaper. But that'll be a 2022 project. So I'm just sticking with what they have for now. Keep that in mind. Like the fridge definitely needs to be replaced. I'm gonna replace all this stuff in the kitchen, which is not gonna be cheap. But hey, that's why you need significantly more money than the down payment. Like trust me, if you haven't bought a house in Bermuda or anywhere yet, this goes for any place. I think whatever your down payment is, you want to have at least double. Because you never know what's going to be coming around the corner or what you're going to want to replace or what's going to break. So, yeah, that's it for now. I'll keep you guys posted as I keep doing home improvements. I got the walls painted. That was about $1,000. I got someone else to do it. The walls here were pink when I got it. It was terrible. So he had to come and do a few coats. And again, I didn't want to do it myself because I wanted the walls to be like legit, and I knew I'm not a great painter. I've done it before, but I wouldn't trust myself to handle all that. So he did it for me. What was the guy's name? I can't remember his name offhand, but I'll put it on the screen if you guys are looking for a really good painter on the island. He did a really great job. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I hope that gave you a good idea of what $300,000 gets you in Bermuda as far as real estate. And if this interests you, if you have any questions, send them down below in the comment box. Remember to like and subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next video. Boom.